Good morning friends. Welcome to the another series of the applied mathematics, and we are discussing differential equation. In today's lecture, we specifically are going to focus on application of differential equation. So the first application that I am interested in this lecture is motion and acceleration related application. So for the motion and acceleration, I will just tell you a simple technique that if s is a distance, then we all know that velocity and t is suppose the time. Okay, so then velocity, what is the velocity? Is distance upon time. We all know this thing. Okay, distance upon time. So we can write this as s upon t, right? Now we all know that velocity is nothing but change in distance upon change in time. So change we are denoting by d, then ds upon dt is the velocity, right? Similarly, acceleration a is given by change in velocity with respect to time. So dv upon dt is the acceleration. So this is the velocity and this is acceleration, right? Okay, and if we put the value of v here, then our acceleration become ddt of ds upon dt, which is the second order derivative of the distance, d2s upon dt square, right? So these all are the relationship that we know, and this is nothing but the, so that's how we are going to use the differentiation to calculate velocity or acceleration. So suppose acceleration is given to you and they wanted you to find the distance, that at what distance this acceleration is happening. Okay, so you need to integrate the thing. If you integrate thing or you solve this differential equation, you will get the acceleration or something. Let's just see some example and the concept will be more clear to you. So I'm just writing an example here. Alright, so it's a big example. I already write it here. Acceleration of a moving particle at the end of t second from the start of its motion is given by this phi minus 2t, where t is the time in second, meter per second square. So this is acceleration is given to you, a is given to you, and they want you to find its velocity v, and at the end of 3 seconds, what will be the velocity at the end of 3 seconds, and distance s or x or s traveled by it during that period, if its initial velocity is 4 meter per second. So this initial velocity v0 is given to you, and at the end of 3 seconds we need to find out the velocity. What will be the velocity? So first of all we will write whatever given to us. So solution is given acceleration is given by phi minus 2t, right? And so we already know that a is nothing but dv upon dt. We have just see the definition. So this is nothing but dv upon dt is given to me, which is phi minus 2t. So this is the differential equation. I found dv upon dt equals to phi minus 2t. Now it is a variable separable form clearly, so I am just separating the variable phi minus 2t into dt, right? Now on integrating I'll get excuse me please. So I have dv equals to phi minus 2t dt, and on integrating I will get integration dv equals to integration phi minus 2t dt. Now v equals to 5t, integration of phi is constant outside, minus 2t square by 2 plus c. This 2 get cancelled. V equals to 5t minus t square plus c. This is the velocity at the point at time t. Now this constant c should not be there because we are not able to find time if this constant is there. So is there a way to find out this constant? Just think about it. So we will find it out from the initial condition. What is its initial condition? Initial condition is given that its initial velocity is 4 meter per second. So it's mean when time is 0. Initial condition means when the event is started. At that time is 0. We consider time at is 0 second. So when time is 0, the velocity is 4 meter per second. So I am going to use this initial condition that it is given when t equals to 0, v is given as 4. V is given as 4 meter per second. So I am substituting this value here. 4 equals to 5 into 0 minus 0 square plus c. So 4 equals to c. I got the value of this constant. This is the one more success for me. So now my equation become, this is the equation 1, then v equal to 5t minus t square plus 4. This is the velocity. Okay. Now what I wanted to find out, that when t is, they are saying us find its velocity v at the end of 3 seconds. So when t is 3 second, what is the value of v? So from equation 2 we get this value. From 2, v equals to 5 into 3 minus 3 square plus 4. Okay. So this is 5 into 3, sorry. So 15 minus 9 plus 4. 15 minus 9 plus 4, which is 10 meter per second. Okay. This is the velocity. So that's how we find out velocity. Now second, they also want us to find out the distance. Okay. So from equation 2, from this equation, I can easily find out the distance. Okay. So just observe me what I am doing here, that since v is nothing but ds upon dt, distance upon time, therefore from 2, I'll just write it on a new page so it will be easy for me. So from 2, ds upon dt equals to 5t minus t square plus 4. What I am doing here, I just replace this velocity v by ds upon dt. Okay. Now again this is a variable separable form, so I will just separate it. Ds equals to 5t minus t square plus 4 dt. Okay. On integrating, I'll get ds equals to integration of 5t minus t square plus 4 into dt. So s equals to, this s is nothing but distance, equals to 5t square by 2 minus t cube upon 3 plus 4t plus c1. I am just writing c1 because c we already have used. Now this c1 cannot be there to find out the distance. So again we will use the given initial condition, that when time is 0, when t is 0, distance is also 0. This is very obvious, right? When traveling is not started, then it's not going to cover any distance. So when t is 0, s is 0. So 0 equals to 5 into 0 minus 0 plus c1. So obviously c1 I am getting as 0. Now I am again substituting this value here. So s I will get as s equals to 5t square by 2 minus t cube by 3 plus 4t plus 0. So s equals to 5 by 2 t square minus t cube by 3 plus 4t. This is my distance equation which I got from acceleration. Now I need to find the distance when t equals to 3. So at t equals to 3 second, what will be the distance s that I want to find? So my distance will be s equals to 5 by 2 3 square minus 3 cube upon 3 plus 4 into 3. So just calculate this. After calculating, I am getting it as 25.5 meter. So that's how we applied the variable separable method of solving the differential equation to solve the given example or the practical example. So one more example I am writing here. I'm just pausing the video and I will write the example. Alright, this is the another example that I have right here. The velocity of a particle is given by this. This is the velocity given to us, and we need to find distance covered in 3 seconds, and initial condition is given initially x0 when t equals to 0, where x is this distance, okay, which is actually very obvious. Distance is not going to covered when time is 0. So velocity is given to us, v equals to t square minus 6t plus 7, and if x is distance, then we know that v is dx upon dt, distance upon change in distance upon change in time. So therefore this dx upon dt is given to us t square minus 6t plus 7. So now this dx equals to t square minus 6t plus 7 into dt. So now on integration dx equals to integration t square minus 6t plus 7 dt. Okay, this variable separable again. So x equals to t cube upon 3 minus 6 t square upon 2 plus 7t plus c. So this is nothing but t cube upon 3 minus 3t square plus 7t plus c. Now with the initial condition I am going to find this c. My initial condition is x0 when t0, x0 when t0. So x0 put and t0 in this equation. So I'll get 0 equals to, this is going to be 0 minus 0 plus 0 plus c. So obviously c I am going to get as 0. Now I am just substituting the value of c here, and x I get as t cube upon 3 minus 3t square plus 7t. So finally I have this equation of distance, and now I will find out the distance x when t equals to 3 seconds. So just substitute the value of t3 in this equation and I'll get the answer. So x equals to 3 cube upon 3 minus 3 into 3 square plus 7 into 3. So just solve this equation and we are getting the answer. So what I am getting is 3 meter. Okay, right? So that's how we find out the problem related to the acceleration and motion. Now another application that I am going to show you is with the electrical circuit. So first we see it with the simple electrical circuit, and if you want to know more about this thing, then just let me know in comment section. We will solve some more problem. Okay, so problem I have write it as here. A resistance of 100 ohm and an inductance of 0.1 henries are connected in series with battery of 20 volt. Find current in circuit at any time t if this is the equation of circuit is given to you. So we actually L is the inductance, R is the resistance, E is the battery of the given is 20 volt, and we want to find out the current. This I we want to find out here. So first of all I will write whatever given here, that R is given to us as 100 ohm, then L is given to us 0.1 Henry, and E is given to us as 20 volt, right? So if I and this equation is given, L di upon dt plus Ri equals to E. Now when I substitute everything in this equation, what will I get? I will get 0.1 di upon dt plus 100 I equals to 20. Okay, now I just want to remove this thing because I don't want anything. We know that whenever we compare the equation, dy by dx we want as one side. So what is my variable y here? It is I, and t is the independent variable here. So I am just dividing the whole equation with 0.1, dividing with 0.1. What will I get? Di upon dt plus 100 upon 0.1 I equals to 20 upon 0.1, and when I solve it, I get di upon dt plus so 1000 I equals to 200. Okay, now this is the equation that I got. So my next task is, I got a differential equation and I need to identify which one it is. Can I solve it by variable separable? Yes, I can solve it by variable separable method. So if I will shift this term to this side. So I'll get di upon dt equals to 200 minus 1000 I. Okay, and okay, it will become a very complicated. Okay, so now this I, the term containing I am shifting to this side, and dt I am shifting to this side. So I will get 1 upon 200 minus 1000 I into di equals to dt. Okay, or dt equals to di upon 200 minus 1000 I. Right, now I'll just integrate to the both side. So if I take the derivative of this term, what will be the derivative of this term? 200 minus 1000 I. Derivative will be 0 minus 1000, right? And derivative of I will be di. So minus 1000 di is the derivative. Now on integrating, what I will get? Integration dt equals to integration di upon 200 minus 1000 I. Okay, so now if I adjust minus 1000 here, so I am just multiplying and dividing by minus 1000 integration di upon 200 minus 1000 I, or minus 1 upon 1000 into integration minus 1000 di upon 200 minus 1000 I. Here I have t, integration of dt is t. So now I have the derivative and the function together. So the integration is log of fx, we know that. So I am just writing it here, minus 1 upon 1000 into log of 200 minus 1000 I plus c. This is the integration. So I am getting this value here, t equals to minus 1 upon 1000 log of 200 minus 1000 I plus c. So from this I first need to find out the value of C because it's the constant. So I am using the initial condition that initially when time is 0, current will be 0, right? When there is no time, we won't start the current, then time is 0, then I is 0. So I am substituting this value here. 0 equals to minus 1 upon 1000 into log 200 minus 1000 I is 0 plus C. So 0 equals to this I will shift here, it will become 0, log of 200 minus 0 plus C. So simply I got log of 200 plus C equals to 0, or C equals to, just take to this side, minus log of 200. Okay, this is the value of C I am getting. Let's just give it the equation 1. So if from 1 I will get, I am just substituting the value of C in equation 1. So I get T equals to minus 1 upon 1000 into log of 200 minus 1000 I minus log of 200. Okay, this value I got here. Now I'll shift this minus 1 upon 1000 to this side. So I will get minus 1000 T equals to log of 200 minus 1000 I minus log of 200. Okay, now log A minus log B, log of A upon B. So I am applying the same formula here. 200 minus 1000 I upon 200. Okay, so this is the log. Just separate it. So 200 upon 200 minus 1000 I upon 200. Make the simple calculations. I get this get cancelled. Log of 1 minus these 2 get cancelled, 5i. And here I have minus 1000 T. Okay. Now we won't want the value of T, we want value of I, because current is the thing that we want to find out in the example. So I just want I in one side and all the term in the other side. To remove this log, I am taking exponential to both sides because exponential is opposite to the log. So taking exponential to both sides, I'll get e to the power minus 1000 t equals to e to the power log of 1 minus 5i. Now e and log cancel each other. So I will get simply get this get cancelled, 1 minus 5i. Now take this 1 to this side or take this 5i to this side and e to this side. Okay, so I get 5i equals to 1 minus e to the power minus 1000 t. So I equals to 1 upon 5 into 1 minus e to the power minus 1000 t, and 1 upon 5 is nothing but 0.2 into 1 minus e to the power minus 1000 t is I. So that's how I got the current. Okay, so that's how we solve the given differential equations, and we use in the application in the applied part of the engineering where we solve the different problem. Now one more thing you can do here is so the equation that we got here, try to solve it using the different technique. It is also a linear differential equation, so just see if you can solve it using the linear differential equation. Okay, now I hope you enjoy the lecture. So that's how we solve the examples. Now I hope you enjoy the lecture. Thank you very much for watching. We will meet again soon. Till then, have a nice day. Bye.